500 liters 1.6 Multijet 120 Lounge 2017 review. From £13,685. 7. The facelifted Fiat 500 liters gets a redesigned front end and a new interior, but no mechanical changes means it's still only average to drive. What is it? No matter how divisive its looks are, the Fiat 500 liters has been a sales success for Fiat, shifting more than 430,000 units since launching in 2012. However, here in the UK sales have been more stunted than those on the continent. There was great interest in the immediate aftermath of its launch, but the arrival of the 500X crossover slowed sales as customers preferred the more traditional 500 look of the 500X, as opposed to the bloated 500 liters. The 500 liters has now been facelifted, and although nothing mechanical has changed, Fiat says more than 40% of this model's components are new. These new bits are mainly styling tweaks, with the car having a redesigned front end, so it bears more resemblance to the 500 city car, and a new interior. It's available in 3 different forms. The 500 liters Urban is the standard car that will take the biggest chunk of sales, but there's also a 7-seat 500 liters wagon as well as a road-styled 500 liters Cross, which replaces the old trucking model. The Urban and Wagon are available in Popstar and Lounge trims, while the Cross comes in one trim only. We're driving the 500 liters Urban with a 1.6-liter diesel engine, the combination that's expected to be the biggest seller in the UK dash-in range topping Lounge trim. Official pricing is yet to be confirmed, but it's expected to stick closely to the outgoing model, which is priced from £15,000 to £22,000. What's it like? With no mechanical changes, it's a familiar story to the previous 500 liters in terms of how it drives. That means it's inoffensive around town, handling predictably with urban-friendly light steering and firm damping that isn't uncomfortable but is unsettled by imperfections. While the engine is powerful enough around town, get to faster roads and you'll be wishing for more oomph. The throttle response is light, so pace is slow to build, and there's very little action from low revs until a surge of power kicks in around 2,500 revolutions per minute. When fully loaded with the family and their luggage, the 500 liters will feel gutless on long journeys. When pushed hard, the engine predictably groans, but at idle and on gentle urban journeys it's pretty hushed, and refinement is generally good, with little wind or road noise entering the interior. Although it's a tall car, body roll in corners is well controlled. However, it doesn't feel very agile and struggles to shift its weight quickly, with grabby brakes and light steering that doesn't make cornering particularly confidence-inspiring. The gearbox is at least accurate and slick, even if the gear lever is made from cheap-feeling plastic. But for buyers looking at this kind of car, it will be town manners and interior quality that are likely to matter more than its dynamics. The interior is a considerable step up from the old 500 liters, with a new 7.0-inch touchscreen with the latest Uconnect infotainment system available on top-spec Lounge models, and switchgear that mostly seems good quality, if still a little plasticky. There's decent space up front and the driving position is very upright. While that may not suit everyone, it does offer good visibility all round. In the back seats, there's plenty of leg room, and the bench can be handily moved forwards or back, but the panoramic sunroof, which comes as standard on Lounge trim, severely impedes on headroom in the back, so much so that tall adults will struggle to sit upright. As for the rivals, the 500 liters straddles the line between MPV and SUV. It's not quite big enough to be an out-and-out people carrier, but nor does it offer the off-road bias of an SUV. In that respect, it's similar to the new Vauxhall Crossland X. That car's boot is marginally bigger than the 500 liters, but the Fiat is better to drive and has a lot more character to it. Should I buy one? Even with its styling updates, the 500 liters still has a face that only a mother could love, but fashion-conscious family types could well fall for its sized-up 500 lower. For outright practicality though, bigger MPVs such as the Renault Scenic wipe the floor with the 500 liters. The Scenic has a 572-liter boot, while the 500 liters is 400 liters. The Scenic will be much more expensive, though. So, in the 500 liters price bracket, the Citroën C3 Picasso offers more practicality and is likely to be cheaper, while the Crossland X is also fair competition. The 500 liters facelift hasn't addressed its dynamic shortcomings, but the interior is a big step forwards and it still has that retro-influenced charm, so if it gets an attractive price this 500 liters could make more of an impact in the UK. Fiat 500 liters 1.6 Multijet 120 Lounge. Location: Turin, Italy. On sale September. Price: £21,000. Estate. Engine: 4 cylinders inline, 1598cc, turbocharged diesel. Power: 118 bhp at 3,750 revolutions per minute. Torque: 236 pounds-foot at 1,750 revolutions per minute. Gearbox: 6-SPD manual. Curb weight: 1,380 kilograms. Estate: 0 to 62 miles per hour. 10.7 seconds. Top speed: 117 miles per hour. Economy: 67.3 miles per gallon. CO2/tax band: 112 grams/km, 24%. Rivals: Vauxhall Crossland X, Citroën C3 Picasso.